out tonight to observe my practice. My name is Geraldine Entendido. The more I live, the less I know. Yes, I have reached a point where I know almost, nearly, next to nothing. I've worked very hard to reach this stage of my development. I teach whatever 101 and whatever 103 to a group of students. I've been instructing for many years, and as you can see, I've turned into one of those proverbial desk dwellers. Right now, the students and I are focusing on the summer reading assignment, the novel Pride and Prejudice by Jane Austen. Also, the students are supposed to come up with a thesis about the main characters, Mr. Fitzwilliam Darcy and Miss Elizabeth Bennet, by the end of class today. Also, earlier this week, I assigned a composition called What I Did on My Summer Vacation. They can come up with their own titles, of course, but that's the assignment. I like to give my students models to emulate. Sometimes the model pre-exists. Sometimes I create the model. I like to model for my students the skills I want them to learn. For the summer vacation assignment, for example, I narrated my own experience so they would know what it was I was looking for. Yes. And I had the most incredible experience this summer. The administration sent me on an educational tour to the Middle East. Huh? They want me to help them update the curriculum. Make it more multi-culti, relevant to the students' lives. Given the current state of the world, the Middle East seems the place to be for this kind of curriculum work. So they sent me to this desert. I'm not exactly sure which desert. There are a lot of deserts out there. Pretty soon they all start to look alike. To me they do. Anyone else will tell you the same thing. Yeah, the local Muslim community there occupied these dilapidated yet still habitable concrete apartment blocks. I lived in one of these blocks too. At first, I think I frightened the community. But after they saw that I keep myself generally well covered, because I'm so fair, they accepted me pretty much. I gained a kind of special status, like a maverick, or like a doctor of some sort. Really. They tolerated me, the point is. Let me use the community swimming pool. Really, I had no problems with the neighbors. I don't like to swim in chlorinated water, but I liked hanging out at the community swimming pool. No one else was ever there. I'd loll around, dangle my hands and feet in the water, soak in the solitude, read my book. Periodically, I could feel the neighbors watching me through their tenement windows. I think they fancied me exotic, which is so funny because I'm so not exotic. I mean, Middle Easterners are the epitome of exotic. To me, they are. So it was kind of funny. One day I was lolling at the pool as usual. I remember I was reading the definition of the word tapeworm when I looked up and spotted two dangerous-looking strangers headed for me. At first, I figured them for Bedouins, you know, just passing through, but then I noticed they were walking straight for me. Well, I rolled over, jumped up, and tried to get away. But they trapped me. These guys looked treacherous. like terrorists, which, it turns out, they were. One of them hands me this object. Here, says the first terrorist, this is a dirty bomb. It is your responsibility to disengage it, otherwise your community will suffer a terrible fate. But this is not really my community, I said, hoping these guys would realize their mistake. It does not matter, says the second terrorist. It is still your responsibility. And they run away. When I look at the bomb, I have to laugh. But I can't laugh long, because hidden in its belly is a clock, and I realize that this Buddha is therefore a bomb, and that while the situation makes no sense to me whatsoever, I can waste no time. I have to act fast, otherwise my community will suffer a terrible fate. I run to the crest of a nearby hill, hoping I can throw the bomb far enough so that the poisons avoid my community. But there is another community on the other side of the hill, so I can't throw it there. I run to the crest of another hill with a similar hope. There is another, different community on the other side of that hill. I run to the crests of the hills surrounding my community, all the hills, but there are people everywhere. Finally, out of desperation, I sprint back to the community swimming pool and throw the bomb into the chlorinated water. It explodes like a geyser, cascading millions of irradiated raindrops all over my community and me. At that moment, I have no idea if I have just helped my community or if I have just made everything 1,000,000 times worse. Well, the administration yanked me back to my desk so fast, I could not even say salam alaikum to my community. I feel fine. The administration has ordered some tests on me to see how the whole shebang affected me. But I have to wait for my new insurance card to arrive before I can take the test. The administration is not sure when the new insurance cards will be here. In the meantime, I align curriculum, design rubrics, establish objectives, set standards, plan lessons, prepare generally. These are reading tests on Pride and Prejudice to see if my students actually read the book.
Good day. Today, numerous guest speakers will discuss the hardships, obstacles, and adversities they have had to or currently face. Others will share opinions about vanity and discrimination. Please act accordingly. Please dress accordingly. No flip-flops. Teachers, please stress the according actions as stipulated in the student handbook. Stress these according actions through your example. Also, the administration has not only endeavored to keep the following state of affairs as balanced as possible, but we have also considered the limitations and requirements of physical liberty. Thank you, and have a great day.
It's not vanity and discrimination. It's pride and prejudice. The administration can get a little confused. I just have a few more things to do before my students arrive today. These are those reading tests on Pride and Prejudice. I keep putting off grading them, but I have to grade them now because, well, I've got boatloads of summer vacation assignments coming in tomorrow, and Pride and Prejudice papers due in a couple weeks. Right now, I'm eyeballing them. Getting a feel for them. Organizing them generally before I begin the actual grading process. Yes. Grading is the worst part of the job. It's so subjective. I create objectives, design rubrics, set standards, but, well, when it comes to the actual moment of assessment, a lot of how it unfolds is based on perception. Yeah. I mean, everyone's different, right? What moves everyone's heart is a little bit different. And well, you know how a butterfly's wings flapping in China can create a maelstrom in another area without ever intending to? That's what grading feels like to me. Or like the way a tapeworm can go unnoticed until it's too late to do anything about it. Yes, really, that can happen. I've done the research. Oh, I mean, I toil creating objectives, setting high standards, teaching them about positive feedback, and then I have to find the time and the energy to assess how much or well they have toiled to meet my objectives, my standards, my therefores. Oh, I do fully understand the need for objectives and goals, rules and regulations, norming processes, general good health. They got books where you can read all about assessment, like authentic assessment, criteria-based assessment, norm-based assessment, informal assessment, peer assessment, performance assessment, standardized assessment, written assessment, verbal assessment, oral assessment. Yes, but they don't teach you right. They don't teach you right, those books. All the experience I ever got about how to be fair, I got by sheer experience. Yeah. For example, it is very important for the rubric to be clear and precise so that the students know in which direction they're supposed to go. There are a lot of seminars you can take on this subject, but I say, teach what you love, and the learning will take care of itself. Like that whole money thing. Where is it? Hello? Mr. Darcy! Hi! How are you? Oh, God, I'm so glad you called. But, wait a minute. Why are you calling me from this number? What do you mean, what number did you call me from? You called me! Don Quixote. Yeah. Privacy? Huh? I think it's a bad connection. Oh, there you are. Are you in private now? Good. So, what's up? Oh, Fitzwilliam, please, please don't start this with me again. No, You have to meet her. It's your density. It's just a joke. No, look, I'm not upset. I know. You know, it's not like I expect you not to meet her. It's just that, well, every time this happens, it takes a little something I don't know out of my heart, and I just don't know how much longer I can go on doing this with you. Yes, I know that Pride and Prejudice only lasts for 254 pages, but there's no guarantee that you'll call when it's over, Fitz. I never know if I'm going to hear from you or not after you and Elizabeth, you know, end the book or not. Well, yeah, I do like her. Yeah, I wish I were she. Sometimes. Not all the time. Yeah. Yeah, Jane Austen and I are total buds. Why? Look, Fitz, can you not understand that I want to be with someone who wants to be only with me? Yeah, I don't know. Maybe like Levin from Anna Karenina? Yeah, Kitty. Okay, maybe Jason from The Sound and the Fury. Yeah, I know he's an asshole, but at least he doesn't have a girlfriend. I know. You always tell me this. You're the best master. All your servants say so. Yeah, excellent recommendations. No, I'm serious, really. Look, Darcy, I don't think we need to continue what we're doing here, whatever it is. So, don't call me, okay? Wait for me to call you the next time, okay? He is such a dick. Hello? Hello?
Hey now.
Hi, Jane. I wish you had never introduced me to Mr. Darcy.
He's not so bad, is he?
Oh, no, he's not so bad. You know what his problem is?
I thought you were trying to stop judging everything.
Well, yes, I'm trying to stop judging, but not stop using judgment.
Darcy and Eliza.
Ew. Use Elizabeth, please.
What's wrong with Eliza?
I don't know. Too exotic.
It's just a nickname, for goodness sake.
Well, it bothers me.
Are you okay? You don't have your usual Jerry Entendido energy about you.
I'm fine.
Seems like you could use a good rest.
Nothing is wrong with me, Jane. Can't you understand? I just have shitloads of work to do before tomorrow. I have got papers to read. I can't even tell you how much work I have to do.
You're stressed out. Perhaps you should see some type of doctor.
Well, you know, Jane, maybe if all I had to do all day was sit in a parlor, mend bonnets, and gossip about the neighbors, maybe then I'd be more relaxed. Maybe then I'd have cargo loads of energy to romp around the countryside and flirt with rich men who have nothing better to do but throw balls, shoot guns, and,
He has lots to do, Jerry. His estate is huge.
Yeah, well, I've never actually seen it.
When is the administration sending you for those tests?
As soon as my new insurance card gets here.
What's wrong with your old card?
I don't know. Hey, look, Jane, I gotta go. My students are gonna be here any minute, okay?
All right. Take care. Talk to you later, okay?
Okay, Jane. Thanks. Don't call me. I'll call you. Do nothing till you hear from me. From me, do nothing, do you hear? Till you do nothing from me, here till you. No thing from me do. Do me. No thing. Here from till from here, till from nothing, do you hear me? From me, do nothing, do you hear? Till me, from nothing, do you hear? Do nothing till you hear from me, hear from me. No thing from me do. Okay, everyone, take out your notebooks. Let's begin by hearing some rough drafts of the summer vacation composition, which those are due tomorrow.
What competition?
Composition.
Truman, the one I assigned at the beginning of last week. The one, you know, the one about what you did on your summer vacation, that one.
I didn't know we had homework.
Oh, Truman, are you writing down your assignments like you're supposed to?
I can't write.
You can write.
I'm a bad writer.
Well, Truman, you know, the only way to get better as a writer is to write.
Miss Entendido, I'll read my rough draft.
Thank you, Leticia. Okay, I want you to wait until you have everyone's attention, okay? All right, just shh. Okay.
On my summer vacation, I went on a cruise with my mom and dad to Nova Scotia, which is really cold even in the summertime. And so on the way back home, the cruise ship broke down in mid-Atlantic, and we had to be rescued by a merchant vessel, which was nearby. As we were passing from our broken ship to the merchant ship, I accidentally fell off the boat and into the middle of a mid-Atlantic.
Class, shh, shh. Leticia, please continue. Shh.
Okay, somehow in the ocean, I lost the necessity to breathe. And I sank to the bottom of the sea, and I landed next to this small underwater vent with metal models of fish lying next to it. And one group was a school of black-tipped sharks, and another was a school of hammerhead sharks, while the remaining group was a school of small bait fish. I sat there wondering, why the heck are these metal fish at the bottom of the ocean Suddenly, the underwater vent expelled a massive amount of bubbles, and all the metal fish came to life.
No, shh. Leticia, please continue.
Okay, the school of baitfish swirled around me while the two groups of sharks circled above me. The baitfish were an electric blue with silver dorsal fins. The black-tipped sharks spanned 10 feet long, and the hammerheads 12 feet long. Sharks attacked the baitfish and ate all of them in a few seconds. Then they all swam away, only to come back again all at once, readying to rip me limb by limb. I swam as hard as I could back to the surface of the ocean. When I reached the surface, I could hear my dad yelling for me.
Leticia, wow. That is some experience.
That didn't happen.
Yes, it did.
That is a really, really amazing experience, Leticia. I love the part about the underwater vent.
It doesn't make sense.
Well,
It happened, Truman. Shut up.
it makes some sense.
You're lying.
Truman, please go wait for me in the hall.
What? I didn't do
Truman,
anything.
just go.
But
Leticia, come over here. Let me look at that composition for a minute.
I am in love with Miss Antonino. She's nice and smart and pretty. And I can tell she likes me because she always singles me out. Miss Antonino tells us to try and look at the world through the corners of our eyes. She says geniuses do this. And I am a genius. Therefore, I have been looking at the world through the corners of my eyes. But looking like this for too long, the world starts to seem especially unstable, if you will. Everything whirls around and I get kind of nauseous. Really nauseous. Plus my eyes hurt. Like this morning, I was looking at the oatmeal from the corners of my eyes. And my mom saw me doing it and told me to stop because my eyes could stay that way. But I was trying to see my oatmeal as if I were Charles Dickens. Who's a confirmed and registered genius. I mean, Mom, I want my eyes to stay this way. Anyway, so, I was looking at my oatmeal through the corners of my eyes, and guess what? The oatmeal transformed into porridge, which was totally cool. Miss Intendito also says that God is in the details. Well, oatmeal and porridge are totally different details. Therefore, God cannot be a monothesis. God must be a polythesis. I have discovered that oatmeal is not only oatmeal. It is also porridge. Corrupted pottage, mush, panic grass, a food made by boiling some leguminous or farinaceous substance in water, or like milk. And I could not have seen all this truth had I not been looking at my cereal bowl through the corners of my eyes. Thanks to Miss Intendito, my genius grows fatter and more out of control by the day.